There are moments in public life that arrive without warning. Moments that are not marked by grand announcements or dramatic headlines, but by something far more powerful: silence, reflection, and the weight of responsibility. This week, the world saw one of those moments from Prince William. Standing before cameras with composure, yet with unmistakable gravity in his eyes, the future king delivered a message that felt different. Not political, not ceremonial, but deeply human. For decades, Prince William has been viewed as the steady figure of the modern monarchy, calm, measured, and duty-bound. Yet in this update, there was something more, something personal, something that revealed the quiet burden he carries as a son, a husband, a father, and the heir to the throne. And while his words were careful, respectful, and dignified, they carried a tone that many could only describe as somber. This wasn't simply a royal update, it was a reflection of change. From a young age, Prince William understood that his life would never be entirely his own. As the eldest son of King Charles III and the late Princess Diana, he was raised in the full glare of global attention. But the boy once photographed walking behind his mother's coffin has grown into a man shaped by resilience and purpose. In his recent address, that history felt close to the surface. Observers noted how carefully he chose his words, how deliberate his pauses were, how his tone reflected strength and vulnerability. It was the voice of a leader, but also the voice of someone navigating personal challenges. Being heir to the throne is not simply a title. It is a lifelong preparation for sacrifice. And in moments like this, the public sees just how heavy that responsibility can feel. The royal family is in a period of transition, with King Charles continuing his reign and senior members taking on evolving roles. Prince William's position grows increasingly central. He is no longer simply the future king. He is a bridge between tradition and modernity. And during his somber update, many sensed that shift more than ever before. There was no dramatic announcement, no sudden revelation. Instead, there was acknowledgement, a recognition that the royal family, like any family, faces seasons of difficulty. William's words hinted at resilience, at unity, at quiet determination. But they also revealed the emotional toll of leadership. Behind every steady leader is often an equally steady partner. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has long been described as William's anchor. Composed, empathetic, and deeply committed to her own causes, she brings warmth and relatability to the monarchy. Though she did not speak during this particular moment, her presence was felt. Royal watchers have often noted how the couple communicate, through small gestures, glances, subtle reassurances. And during this period, that partnership appears more important than ever. Together, they represent continuity. Together, they represent stability. And in times of uncertainty, that image matters deeply to the public. No discussion of Prince William's emotional gravity can ignore the influence of Princess Diana. Her compassion, her vulnerability, her connection to people. These qualities shaped William profoundly. In many ways, the somber tone of his recent message reflected a balance between Diana's empathy and Charles's sense of duty. It is a delicate balance. Too much emotion, and critics call it weakness. Too little, and critics call it detachment. William walks that line carefully, aware that every word will be examined, every gesture interpreted. And yet, he continues forward. So what does this somber update truly mean? It signals maturity. It signals readiness. It signals that Prince William is not merely preparing for the throne, he is already embodying the steadiness required for it. The royal family has faced scrutiny, change, and challenge in recent years. Public expectations are evolving. Transparency matters more than ever. In this context, William's tone was significant. It suggested a monarchy that acknowledges hardship without dramatizing it, a leadership style rooted in quiet strength rather than spectacle. For many, that is reassuring. Beyond titles and duties, Prince William is also a father to 3 young children. His commitment to providing them with as normal a childhood as possible has been consistent and deliberate. During his address, there was a subtle but unmistakable emphasis on family, on grounding values, on unity. It was a reminder that even future kings prioritize bedtime stories, school runs, and simple moments of connection. And perhaps that is what makes his somber tone resonate so deeply. He's not distant royalty, he's relatable.
Across social media and news outlets, reactions poured in. Many praised his composure. Others noted the emotional undertone. Some simply expressed support. In an age where public figures are often criticized harshly and quickly, this moment seemed to invite empathy instead. It reminded audiences that leadership does not eliminate human emotion. It simply requires navigating it with grace. Transitions within historic institutions are rarely loud. They are gradual, measured, thoughtful. Prince William's recent update feels like one of those quiet markers, a signal that the future is steadily unfolding. There will be more challenges ahead. There will be more public scrutiny. There will be moments of joy and moments of difficulty. But if this somber message revealed anything, it is this: he understands the road ahead, and he is walking it deliberately.
In a world that often demands constant noise, there is something powerful about restraint. Prince William did not deliver a dramatic speech. He did not seek attention. He simply acknowledged a serious moment with dignity, and sometimes that speaks louder than anything else. The royal family stands at a crossroads between history and modern expectation. In Prince William, many see a leader capable of honoring both. His somber update was not a sign of weakness, it was a sign of depth. And as the years move forward, that depth may prove to be one of the monarchy's greatest strengths.
And as the camera slowly pulled away, what lingered wasn't just the image of a future king. It was the image of a man carrying the weight of history on his shoulders. In that quiet, somber moment, Prince William didn't need dramatic words. He didn't need grand gestures. The emotion was in the pauses. The meaning was in the silence between sentences. And for millions watching, it felt deeply personal. Because behind the title, behind the formal suit, behind the royal protocol, stands a son shaped by loss, a husband devoted to his partner, and a father determined to protect his children from the pressures he once faced alone. The royal family has weathered storms before. It has endured change, heartbreak, scrutiny, and expectation. But moments like this remind us that the monarchy is not just an institution. It is a family navigating life under an extraordinary spotlight. What makes this update different isn't just what was said, it's what it represents. It represents transition. It represents responsibility. It represents a future drawing closer with every passing year. Prince William is no longer simply preparing for the role ahead. He is stepping into it, piece by piece, with quiet resolve. And that quiet strength may be exactly what the royal family needs in this new era. For supporters around the world, this moment was a reminder that leadership is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about standing steady when emotions run high. It's about choosing dignity when the world is watching. And perhaps most of all, it's about humanity. As this chapter unfolds, one thing is clear: the path ahead may not always be easy, but it will be walked with purpose. If this moment moved you, if you felt the weight behind his words, take a moment to reflect on what steady leadership truly means. Because history isn't only shaped by grand events. Sometimes, it's shaped by quiet strength shown in difficult times.